Hello everyone, welcome to this week's installment of Wahconah Weekly.
This week I have for you another community spotlight, this time covering the Wahconah quiz team.
And I have information regarding the senior and junior Salem trips that took place this Tuesday and Friday, as well as a brief touch on the fall play.
And I will bring you the various updates that have occurred with sports over the last week.
This week we decided to check in with one of the clubs at Wahconah. This time we looked into the quiz team and what they've been up to. They are a team that participates in competitions across the county, attempting to answer questions from various trivia categories. They also participate in a TV show version of this known as School Match Wits, where the schools will battle against each other in a similar fashion to how sports competitions work. With that being said, we decided to interview one of the leaders, Matthew Pegorari.
Okay, I'm here with Mr. Pegorari. We're talking about quiz team. Hey, what's the quiz team been up to lately?
So it's early on in the season. We've had one full team practice, and we've had one TV team practice as well, and we've had one competition.
How you doing so far this year?
We're doing pretty well. We won 2 competitions and lost 2 competitions, so we're right in the middle of the county. And our TV team we just put together, we had our first practice, and that'll be at Westfield State College for a schools match wits on November 19th.
What would you say is the best part of the quiz team experience?
I think the best part about the entire quiz team experience is that everybody has something to offer to quiz team. There's so many different categories that it's impossible for anyone to not really know at least one question that's going on, so it's really inclusive. And students really like it because after the hour-long competition, there's free pizza afterwards.
So what's the ultimate goal for quiz team by the end of the year?
So by the end of the year, we'd like to win in the county. So we want to win as many matches as possible. And there's a scoring system that they use. So if you tie, you get a certain amount of points. If you win, you get so many points. And if you lose, you don't get any points. But the more teams you have, the better your chances are. So there's a little equation. So we'd like to win Berkshire County this year.
Okay. And if anybody would like to join, how do they do that?
All they have to do is come see me or Mr. Therian, and they can be part of the team as well.
We'd like to thank Mr. Pegorari for taking the time to speak with us, and we wish the quiz team the best of luck in the future.
This past Wednesday, the senior class visited Salem to see their autumnal attractions. They went to a variety of places, including the Witch History Museum and the Gallows Hill, where they saw an interactive experience about the Salem witch trials. In their off time, they visited the local shops and tourist venues of their choosing. They left for this trip at 7 in the morning and returned around 10. The junior class participated in a similar trip on Friday, following the senior one. The Wahconah Apollonian players will be performing the play Arsenic and Old Lace this weekend, on Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. The play is a classic and less bombastic and more complex than the previous plays from Wahconah. The show will likely display some previously unknown talents of the cast members. The cast of characters includes 2 lovely aunts, Emma Brosnan and Grace Cacchiavello, who have a nasty habit of poisoning old men. Their nephew, Anthony Coviello, who is a critic, another nephew of theirs who believes he is Teddy Roosevelt, Aidan Bennett, and their last nephew, who is a tad homicidal, Zach Rogers. His drunken German accomplice, Lucas Walsh, and the girlfriend of the critic, Kiana Rudd. Among several other characters, we are excited to see how this show goes.
This week in sports, in soccer, the boys defeated Mount Everett 2-1 on Friday of last week. In this game, Colby Lennon scored the first goal for Wahconah, which was soon tied, and later broken by Kevin Hubin, who scored later in the game, giving them the win. Jack Pernick helped ensure this by collecting 5 saves. Then on Tuesday, the girls earned a 2-0 win over Mount Greylock. The sole scorer of the game was Noelle Furlong, giving Wahconah and the game their only 2 points. Maria Gambaroni assisted Noelle in one of these goals. Michaela Monchecki backstopped Wahconah, and according to the I. Berkshires and Mount Greylock coach, Tim Ostheimer, the defense played by Wahconah in this game was, quote, the best defense that they've seen so far. Also taking place on Friday of last week was a blackout football game between the Warriors and the Spartans. Wahconah took down East Longmeadow 14-6, with Griffin Salvini making a touchdown via an interception in the last 7 seconds of the game, securing the win. John Render scored the first touchdown. East Longmeadow was only able to score points by making field goals, certainly showing off Wahconah's defense, with players such as Luke Hescock playing a big game. Other members like Zach Archambault and Ryan Scott added to the game, with Scott stepping up to take over for hurt teammates. In volleyball, Wahconah lost to Lennox on Monday, who earned a 5-set win over them. Despite the loss, Kaylee O'Brien had 9 kills, 14 assists, and 4 aces. Faith Wayner had 6 aces, 13 digs, and 3 kills, and Jordan Gagliardi had 4 kills, 5 assists, and 2 aces. In golf on Tuesday, Wahconah came in 6th in the Western Mass Division II Championships with a total score of 365. Dan Wilson led for Wahconah with a score of 84, with other members Pat McLaughlin, Caden Frazier, Mike Cullett, Christina Couson, and Emily Fagila, scoring with an 86, 94, 101, 112, and 113 respectively. Junior Dan Wilson would not only find himself taking over as captain of the team in the future, but also qualified as an individual for states. Additionally, on Thursday, Wahconah's unified basketball team earned their first win against Granby.
And that's all for this week. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please be sure to subscribe to stay tuned in to future episodes.
Another way that you can do so is by following our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all of which are in the description below. And if you have anything you want to use us to cover, you can let us know by leaving a comment or filling out the form in the description.
Thanks for watching. This has been Alex, Max, and Lucas bringing you Wahconah Weekly. See you next time.